Hey, hello everybody. Welcome to twitch.tv/UltraChenTV for the very first inaugural episode of the You Can Scrimmage, a tournament designed for beginners to help players without a lot of tournament experience gain some tournament experience, gain some practice, see what it's like to go through a 2 out of 3 match, and to, you know, if they keep coming back week after week, play against opponents that they've run into before, to learn to try to remember how players played in the past, and so on and so forth. It should be a lot of fun. It should be a good time here. Oh, there, Corey. Cool. All right, here we go. Here we go. Looks like we're gonna have a match going for you guys. Let's do this. All right, the Interceptor versus HantaNoYume coming up here. And thanks, guys, and please welcome to Jimmy C jumping here on the microphone with me. Say hello to everybody, Jimmy C. Hey guys, what's up? I'm glad to be back here. Sorry, I know you guys were all probably hoping for that UltraDavid dude. But, you know, he's not going to be here available. So it is your boy, Jimmy C, coming at you for some You Can Scrimmage. Of course, when we were doing the test event, it was just called Scrimmage. And then you added this whole You Can thing to the start of it. Yeah, I mean, someone suggested that, and I thought it would be I thought it was a cool title. So I just kind of combined them together. But here we go. It is going to be the Interceptor versus HantaNoYume. Of course, you know, as it goes with CFN, you'll probably see the match run through the beginning very, very quickly, you know, until it finally catches up. Yeah, you would really think Capcom would fix that one of these days. Well, I mean, look, Jimmy, you know, there's a lot of things that they could do with the netcode, but as you can see right now, we're waiting for this to start up here, and like I said, once it starts up, we might miss a round or two. These two have probably already started playing against each other. Yes, this is the Christmas costume for Lucia, and I'll make sure that I have the names on the correct side. And here we go, Lucia, a character after my own heart. Yeah, I just noticed that you finally got to Diamond. Hey, look, man, I've been trying my best here. As you can see, here we go, going through the first part of the match, and there we go. Here we are now. HantaNoYume as Lucia going up against the Interceptor, playing as Claw. You know what? On stream, I've heard you cry about this match a lot. You really hate this matchup versus Vega. Well, I mean, I wouldn't say I cry about the match a lot. It's just that Vega's very good in the neutral versus Lucia. A lot of power coming from the standing medium punch and the ability to slide through fireballs. Here we go, baited out, but a little too early with that punish. Lucia does stay in the air after her DP a little bit longer than most characters. Look at that! The fireball hit Vega out of the air. I hear you always talk about how it can't hit anybody out of the air as well, so there you go. Well, I mean, look, it's not Dalsum's fireball, okay? It's not Dalsum's fireball. Ooh, what? That was definitely supposed to be an EXDP. Yeah, came out the correct way, but here we go. Close down, very low on life here, activates the V-trigger. Oh, the crouching light punch, and then he gets away, but then the wall dive on the other side and hits him, and there you go. The Interceptor takes round number 1. Yeah, looks like HantaNoYume just a little too in love, I think, with the fireball game. With Lucia, you really have to take advantage of that right there, the close-up range game. That is where Lucia is going to shine. Oh, and he's a V-Skill 2 user. Interesting, that changes a lot. That actually gives Lucia a lot more mix-up options, but also has the potential to take a lot of opportunities away from her as well. Yeah, but here we go, nice, but decides to go off the wall, gets the stun! Here we go, oh no! I think that was supposed to be into the critical art, a little bit of an execution error, but no matter, the Interceptor taking game number 1 over HantaNoYume! Alright, good job here. I've got some stuff that I've got to do over here. Let's edit this match over here. Moderate report. Edit results. Reset match. Reset. It's been reset. Are you watching the match at all, Jimmy? Oh, okay. Let's do this here. Okay. Back to the match here. So again, as you can see, Interceptor, a gold player, HantaNoYume, a silver player. Both players trying to, get themselves up in the rank. It's a hard struggle out there for people trying to get higher in the ranks. Yeah, but look at this. Good combo into the EX, and there we go. Look at that. Fireball hitting him out of the air again. Shut up, Jimmy. Look, but we did see the slide right there, blowing up the fireball. Oh, another bait, and just goes for a roll punish. Now, one of the things that you want to do when you are learning to play this game is make sure you know what your DP punish combo is. Know what it is ahead of time and practice it so that when a DP is whiffed, you do not have to think about what move or what combo you want to do. It should just be in your muscle memory. Yeah, and while you're sitting there explaining all of that, the Interceptor takes that round after a nice V-trigger combo from HantaNoYume. But looks like the Interceptor is at match point right now. Yep, and looks like the Interceptor, oh, there it is, baited again, but once again, hit out of the air, and that's because Lucia's EX does stay in the air a little bit longer than most DPs. It has kind of like a deceptive drop down. You know, for all intents and purposes, as much as the Interceptor has been winning these rounds, I feel like HantaNoYume has actually been playing pretty solidly here, been keeping up pace as well. Yeah, and keep in mind that a lot of these players, this is their first tournaments that they've ever played. They have said so much in the Discord, and that's exciting to me because it gives them practice not only just to play these matches, but also to get the practice of registering in Smash Dodge. Oh, here we go! Look at this! HantaNoYume with the chance to try to take his first round. No anti-air, the air throw. Beautiful play from the Interceptor. He is gonna take it 2-0. And you know what? Somebody forgot to update the score after the first game. James, hey, look, I'm doing like a bunch of things. Do you want to help run this tournament, Jimmy? Do you want to help? You said that you didn't want to do anything but commentate, okay? You could help me out with this a little bit. That's fine. I like watching you burn. I think it's fun. Oh, boy. Okay. Anyways, there you go. The Interceptor takes that match. Good job to him, and no thanks to Jimmy C, who is just a hater. But we are going to try to move on to the next side of the brackets. Let's go ahead and get this match going over here. It is now going to be Narnold versus ZombieWoof. Here we go. And we're going to reset the numbers here. So we have Narnold going up against ZombieWoof. You know, it's really fun to watch you scrambling around like this, James. I mean, it's kind of entertaining. You know, like I said, you could help if you wanted to, Jimmy. But I guess that's not going to be happening here. But let's go ahead and do this. We are going to get Narnold and ZombieWoof going up against each other. Exactly, we haven't seen which characters they've gone with just yet. So we're gonna find out right here which characters it's gonna be. It's gonna be Guile versus something of a whatever that thing is. Ah, yes. So far, we have not banned any costumes. I'm okay with this. I think Blanca-chan is a funny costume, and in fact, most of the Blancas you fight online, I feel like use this costume. So I think a lot of people are actually used to fighting against it. But since this is a beginner tournament, we're all having fun, so no costume bans for now. Yeah, I think that's a good choice, but here we go. Looks like it's going to be Guile versus Blanca. Let's see how well Narnold does here. You can see ZombieWoof, a bronze player here, but winning their first match. Yeah, well, like I said, it is limited to that, but then also, you know, between PC and PSN, they can have different accounts and, you know, different ranks. Obviously, you can smurf your way into this tournament, but we're all trying to have a good time here, have some fun, so hopefully nobody is, you know, just trying to grief the event here. But so far, I really like Narnold's offensive approach. And there you go, a good meaty as well. Good timing on that. And he has the flash kick for the jump. And you see the little spacing there right now. You can definitely see Narnold has a lot of experience here. So even as a gold player, already showing the signs of proper spacing and footsies. I like it. Yeah, ZombieWoof, let's see what he can... Oh, yeah, there's that autocorrect on the flash kick. Doesn't matter which side you're on, but what we've got to see from ZombieWoof right now is you can see he's playing nervous. He's scared to touch buttons right now. He's not as familiar with his neutral game as Narnold is. So one of the things that we see that's missing from ZombieWoof is a couple of Blanca balls. He's relying on the slide a lot, you know, hop into throw, for example, but he's got to learn how to use the beast roll. He's got to learn how to poke with the right buttons. And so far, he's just been relying on the slide. Well, the slide is kind of working right now. Look at that. He blocks the overhead. Oh, jumps to the other side. But again, from ZombieWoof's side, like you said, we've just seen the same couple of options over and over again. Hop into throw and slide. And whenever he gets pressured, you see the jump backwards. Exactly. And, you know, for Blanca, if you're getting pressured and you want to build that space from the opponent, you're probably actually better off using the back hop. It's a little bit faster. It does get you away a little bit better as well. Exactly. But again, you know, he jumped in once. He did get flash kicked, so, you know, I think he's just not sure what option. Okay, he's in right now, right? And what's going to be tough at this point in time here for this beginners tournament is that, you know, a lot of the players here that are playing this tournament are not going to be familiar with frame data and such. So ZombieWoof is probably going to have to spend some time understanding the electricity is plus on block for Blanca. The beast roll, you know, Sonic Boom plus kick is also plus on block. You know, moves like the knee are plus on block. And these are the moves. Oh, nice combo. There we go. Yeah, good stuff. I like seeing that here. But we've got a V-trigger activation from Narnold. Let's see. Oh, he doesn't choose to spend the EX afterwards. Not sure if it would have hit, to be honest with you. But again, you see the jump back. But I like that. The projectile invul Blanca ball. Whoa, that was interesting. Definitely not what he wanted. But look at that. The up ball now finding its mark. He's going with V-trigger 1 instead of V-trigger 2. Right. And most Blancas do like that. Oh, you know what? It's working, though. It's baited out a couple of flash kicks. I can't believe that's been working so well. But you know what? If it ain't broke, don't fix it. Yeah, pretty much. But good stuff right there. Let's see now if he can try to keep this going for himself here. But again, you see this, the jump backwards, the pressure, every time Narnold starts applying that pressure, we see the jump backwards. And I do like the choice of the electricity. The electricity is definitely a good tool to be plus. But if you're making the opponent block the electricity and you don't have your immediate Street Fighter V RPS set up for the post electricity, you're not taking advantage of the plus frames on it. Well, pokes him out of the overhead, and now here comes Narnold again, coming in with that knee. And again, this is another one of those situations. That knee is minus on block. Yeah, depending on the distance though, Jimmy. So one of the nice things that you've seen from Narnold is that he has been trying to space the knee in a distance that it isn't necessarily punishable. Right, but for the most part, it's going to be negative. You got to hit buttons afterwards. Here comes the beast roll. There we go into the V-trigger 1, the EX electricity, and ZombieWoof ties it up 1-1. Yeah, definitely finding ways to make it work out here. It's pretty cool, pretty nicely done there. But like I said, you know, since this is a beginners tournament, as commentators, you and I, we do want to be a little bit, you know, critical advice, try to give a lot more advice to the players. ZombieWoof definitely has to be a little bit careful with those slides like that. Right, and Narnold can probably just sit there and wait a little bit. You know, you see the slides all the time. Narnold could probably start using throw whiffs or maybe standing medium punches to fake sonic booms. get ZombieWoof to slide and then go for the big punish. Exactly like you were saying right there, Jimmy. You know, he could have just blocked and waited and punished that slide. Right, but right now we have the V-trigger activated, and you know, as soon as you can see it, as soon as ZombieWoof gets that V-trigger activated, the game plan that he has changes. He goes away from that slide method. and we've also seen a couple of times now, you know, this is something that Narnold, you know, has to become cognizant of to be a stronger player here. We've seen ZombieWoof when he's in pressure, he likes to jump back, he likes to walk away. And so as a result, he's stand blocking a lot of the time. And thus, the overhead is not necessarily going to work on him. So if you're Narnold, you may just want to poke with a crouching medium kick. Look at that. Classic Wake Up EX. Works at any level. Oh, here we go. Big combo, but didn't quite get it. And here comes the Blanca Ball. I like it. He hasn't shown that command throw yet. Yeah, exactly. But that flash kick, nice timing from Narnold. Again, goes for the neutral jump. Tries to go up for the throw, but again, like I said, ZombieWoof plays a very scared game. Jump backwards, walk backwards, etc., etc. So trying to walk up and throw, trying to overhead is not going to work against ZombieWoof. What Narnold has to do is continue this pressure, yes, and he goes for the overhead again, and like I said, it's an option that you want to use because in your brain it's a mix-up. It's the high-low mix-up, and you're trying to find a way to sneak that. Hang on a second, James! Look at that! There we go! Narnold is going to take it 2-0 over, 2-1 over ZombieWoof. Again, you forgot to update the scores. Look, I'm doing like 7 things at once. I'm trying to do my best here, so... So for Ultra Instinct in the chat, yes, absolutely. We are going to keep running these beginner tournaments as much as possible. And yes, again, Smurf accounts, totally possible. You can totally come in here and grief this tournament if you want. But just know we have the right to DQ anybody out of this tournament. No questions asked. No justification needed. We can DQ anyone we want. And we just hope that people, you know, allow other people to have a good time, play in this tournament, have a good time. Because look, to be honest, there's no prize on the line. This is just for experience. This is just for players out there to gain that tournament experience. Feel what it's like to register for Smash.gg, play matches, play a 2 out of 3 set so that they have time to learn to adjust to their opponent, learn their tactics, and if they run into them in a future version of this tournament, then, you know, now they'll have to do the extra level of, hey, last time I played them, they like to do this, etc., etc. And so what we're trying to do here is help breed a little bit more of the tournament mentality, because that tournament mentality will also take you far in the ranked online mentality, because you will run into some players multiple times and you will start learning to adjust to people. Hopefully this is just a good experience for people. Right now it is gold and lower. The intention is to try and run this every week, but obviously real life, schedule conflicts, etc. But hopefully we will be able to run this as often as possible. But let's get back into the match over here. It is going to be Kyojin going up against Dro. Kyojin with the Honda and Dro with Ryu. Classic match. Very, very classic match here. And we've got a gold player versus a super silver player. Awesome. Good stuff here. And we're going to see, because this is how CFN works, we'll jump through the beginning of the matches very, very quickly. But let's welcome back Jimmy C to the microphone. Jimmy, how's it going? It's going good, going good. I don't have as much the riot stuff going around me. Protests. Protests. Yes, you're right. Sorry, my bad. Going on around here. But let's get started here. It is going to be Kyojin versus Dro. Yeah, very different matchup than it used to be here. And you can see right away that Kyojin getting the stun. Honda does have a lot of nice power that as a beginner player, you know, you can do a lot of things with Honda and be safe. Headbutts, hand slaps, butt slams. You can do so many things and you're safe. And so it's, you know, he is, I wouldn't say a beginner friendly character, but he can definitely help in a lot of ways. Right, but you know what though? I mean, I've heard you cry about Hanta all the time because he's got some interesting frame data stuff with the hands and the butt slam and everything like that. Well, look, I cry about the character because it's a particularly bad matchup for me, but it looks like not necessarily for Dro because he just goes for the throws and takes it. Good job to Dro. Looks like he's found a weakness here of Kyojin, maybe not ready for the defense on the throws. That's one of the things that you have to be worried about. Can't let him get away with charging that V skill too, like I see you do every time you fight David. Well, I mean, Lucia does. Anyways, nice EX uppercut. And we get the counter hit on the crouching medium punch into fireball. And now, Dro back to the zoning here, throwing light fireballs. But if you know that your opponent wants to start up that V skill too, it might be a good idea to try and throw some heavy fireballs every once in a while. You tend to throw light ones because they're better in, quote, frame advantage for you because it takes longer to get to the opponent. However, because it takes longer to the opponent, it's not necessarily as oppressive. Did you see that dash up into Oicho? Here we go, EX hands, plus on block. Yep, can't hit buttons after that. You gotta know Hanta's frame data. And one of the hardest things about it too is it's really hard to tell which hands Hanta is doing. But it doesn't seem to matter. Dro's just got 1 pixel left to take out from Kyojin. Here we go. Dro, God, can he do this? Gotta watch out. Oh, and he stuffs the V trigger too. Nice awareness from Dro there, taking it from Kyojin. Yeah, exactly. He was going to go for that throw. He did not have enough life to armor through there. Remember, if you do not have enough health, after the health gets drained, the armored damage starts draining from the white life. And if it drains all the way, you will die. You will lose. They changed it now so that armor does not make it so that you are invulnerable for death, from death. This was a change in a recent season for Street Fighter V. But back to what I was saying about the hand slaps, one of the toughest things about the hand slaps is you have to be good at counting the number of hits the hands do, because that will determine how much frame advantage he has. And so if you ever block the heavy hands, for example, he's -2. You had better make sure you take advantage of that situation. But if you can't recognize the difference between the, few hits of the light hands and the many hits of the heavy hands, then it's going to be a problem. You can use audio cues as well. So, if you are playing this at home, you can listen to the different audio that Hanta does. Go into training mode and find out how the different sounds. And looks like Dro is having trouble. Kyojin's having trouble in some classic Hanta versus Shoto style. But then the heavy kick reaching just at the tip of those toes. I don't think Dro was expecting it to reach that far. Gets kicked. And there goes Kyojin taking round number 1 again. Yeah, you saw right there, Dro tried to go for the walk-up throw, but I like the counter pokes from Kyojin this time, being a little bit more aware of that throw game. Yeah, you can see right now, Kyojin getting a lot of free jump ins, but not really taking much advantage of it. That was a risk, point blank EX headbutt. Remember, if you block the EX headbutt, Hanta's like -8,700 or something like that. Dash up and blow him up for doing that. Oh, stops him at the floor! Stop him again! Oh, but the raw critical art! He blocked it and gets the EX butt slam, and Kyojin now on the board, going 1-1. Hey James, why don't you update the scores on the stream so people know? Oh, thanks Jimmy, thanks. Sorry about that. Yeah, so it's 1-1 now between these two players. This is to get into the top 4, and the entirety of top 4 will be streamed. So these two players will be on the winner side on the top 4 side, and it'll be one of these two players here. Exactly, a nice jump in timing. Doesn't get the combo, but converts it into the throw tick. Not sure what he was trying there. Looks like he was trying to maybe headbutt or something and just hit the button too late. Ate it. Nice dash under from Dro, but misses the uppercut juggle, unfortunately. I think he needs to use the heavy one. I don't know if the light one can connect. from that range. Oh, uses the armor, gets through there. Even on life, you've got to tech that, otherwise that stomp is free. And again, the wake up EX, but no more meter. Oh my god, it just barely missed. And again, no tech off of that. And there you see why I said you've got to tech off of that throw, because he could have lived, and unfortunately not gonna happen in that situation. Kyojin is at match point. Oh my god, a single hit confirmed into an uppercut? Probably was trying to go for a fireball, but came out as the wrong move. And you see the use of the EX headbutt right there to go through the fireball. And yet the cross up on that EX butt slam, you always have to be careful for that. But if it does cross up, he is less plus, and you can go after him. You can challenge him in that situation. No DP on that jump again. He's going air to air this time, and there we go. The sweep into activate, goes for the throw, and here he goes. Gets in there with the fireball. He's trying to take it to the last round. Right. He's got to get one more clean hit there, and because of the V trigger, that comboed right there. And we are going to final game, final round. I was about to say that, Jimmy, but thank you. Again, using that armor to go through there. Beautiful stuff by Kyojin. He wants this badly. He wants this more than Dro. Look, both players want it just as badly, okay? Let's do away with the sports euphemisms here, okay? I'm sure both of these players would love to move on to the top 4. Well, it looks like Dro is putting himself in position. There we go, the air to air, the pressure, the throw, and there we go. Dro is going to advance to the top 4. Woo! Good job to Dro. Exactly. Great job to DroSFV for making it to the top 4. All of the top 4 matches will be streamed. Congratulations to Dro, and well played. And well played to Kyojin as well. I really liked what I saw in that match there. Good stuff of both players. I mean, coming down to the final game, final round, can't get any closer than that. Great job to both of those players. Kyojin Kyojin will still have a chance in the losers bracket side to continue playing as well. Yeah, Jimmy's kind of a Chad. He really is. What do you think the C stands for? It definitely doesn't stand for Chad, James. And I clipped it. I clipped you saying something nice about me. It happens. All of us slip from time to time. But we've got the Interceptor gold player, InstantRiot on bronze. However, again, you know, like I said, these guys might be playing on different platforms and stuff, and InstantRiot has made it pretty far in the tournament. Again, this is a match to make it into the loser side top 4 of the tournament. So here we go. It is going to be the Interceptor versus InstantRiot. InstantRiot's gonna get you. Are you really gonna sing on stream again, James? Sorry. Alright, fine. Anyways, Interceptor versus InstantRiot. Let's go. And I've got the players on the correct side. Again, this is CFN playback. We got to catch up to real time. There we go. Nice. And yeah, you can't get past that crouching medium punch from Poison. That thing works so good. Definitely really strong weapon that she has. Ooh, point blank slide. Interesting. Might have just kind of been a panic slide. But here we go. We got the V trigger activation. What's InstantRiot gonna get out of this? Oh, look at that, the counter pokes! And the V trigger out of the corner, out of there! Oh, looked like he could have got him with the claws, and there we go. EX overhead. Still sitting on those Molotovs though. He really hasn't done much with them. Gets the sweep. Here we go. Big opportunity now for InstantRiot. He's right there. He just needs the one hit. Too late on the crouching medium punch, and he gets stabbed out of the air. Super turbo style. Yeah, and you know that probably happened because the wall dive is slower than the EX wall dive. And the wall dive being slower kind of throws you off a little bit. It does this weird floaty thing, and so I think he just hit it a little bit too late, unfortunately. Oh, here we go! Does he get the big combo? Yes, into the knockdown. What's he got for the mix-up? just goes for the tick throw, then gets slid, and now here comes Interceptor. Oh, and he kicked him with the heavy kick, knocked him down. I don't know if he could have got a juggle, but still pretty sick. Alright, tries to go for the Love Me Tender from full screen. Here we go, activation again into the critical art. He's just gonna do the damage right now. Say it, James, say it. No, look, it's not gonna kill. It's clearly not gonna kill. No point asking at that time. Oh my god, the Molotov cocktail traded with the Rose, and here he comes, the EX command throw. He's getting in there right now. Another EX command throw, not enough to kill. Oh, he throws him out of the overhead. What the heck? Capcom, please! Capcom, please! Oh my god, I cannot believe that happened. Oh, that was so unfortunate. It was the right read and just the wrong payoff right there. Oh man, you know that Interceptor is so mad right now. Oh boy, but that's something to learn in the future. Maybe try overhead from a little further away so it's out of throw range or something. But trust me, I'm very well aware of that when I use Lucia. She doesn't even go into the air, but she pulls herself. Are you going to spend this stream complaining about Lucia? Or are we going to commentate a match, James? Fine. Gets the crush counter slide and goes off the wall. Again, off the wall, really using that, but again, it's not working too well because InstantRiot's crouching medium punch is really, really strong. Here we go, tries to sneak in there with the crouching heavy punch. Activates, there we go, he gets the juggle off of that. There you go, command grab, let's see what he sets up here. Tries to fake and then dashes up for the throw, but nice tech by InstantRiot. Yeah, staying alive for now, and now he's cooking. Vega's cooking. We've got some Spanish barbecue on the grill right now. Oh, he was in the air, unfortunately, and you've got to punish that. That is very negative, and yeah, that's got to be a lot bigger punish for Interceptor as well versus that. Ooh, okay, that was an interesting sequence, and he went off the wall for the EX. Try to catch him with the surprise. InstantRiot did block it, but then didn't know how to respond to it. Exactly. It was one of those situations where InstantRiot hasn't dealt with that move a lot. So after he blocked it, he didn't know if it was plus, he didn't know if it was minus, and after he blocked it, you saw that he froze. He didn't have a reaction afterwards. And this is one of the key facets of becoming a stronger player in fighting games. What the Interceptor should do now is go online. I'm sorry, InstantRiot should do now is go in training mode, test the EX off the wall, find out what the frame data is, and find out if there's a way he can punish it or at least force Vega to have to defend against it. Because fighting games are all about repeatable situations. See the situation that happens, test it, find out what you should do, because for the most part, every time that situation happens, the result will be the same. Yeah, and just another thing that InstantRiot will need to practice on is blocking Vega's roll and punishing that. Because the block stun on that roll is really short. So the time that you feel like you should be able to punish it, it's already recovered and he can block in time. One of the weirdest block stuns in the game is Vega's roll. So you really gotta make sure you go into training mode and practice your timing punishing that. Yeah, or just mash the button for like your life depended on it. And again, you know, mashing is, don't let people tell you mashing is bad. If you mash for a reason, it's fine. If you mash and you don't know why you're mashing, that's the problem right there. If you're mashing for no reason. But mashing can help a lot, especially in a game like Street Fighter V, where the input buffer makes it so that mashing is very rewarded. So that's one thing that I would like to get across to beginners, that, you know, don't feel like if you're mashing, don't let people tell you that you shouldn't be mashing. Well, it looks like Interceptor here is at match point again. See, there's that situation again. Something that InstantRiot's got to lab. Here we go, the ambiguous Not enough to kill, but he's gonna do it again. The crouching medium punch, here goes the activation. But yeah, smart for Interceptor to try to get him. But you know what? He should be able to kill with this, with the item combo. No, he drops the item combo, but still manages to pull it off with the standing light kick. And as we saw in the chat earlier from one of our players, heart pounding through your chest, and you know InstantRiot, as soon as he landed that combo, was like, oh my god, I gotta hit this combo, and exactly, and he dropped it, and dropped combos are going to be 80 to 90% nerves. But that's the cool thing about that, is now that you play in this tournament, you get that experience. You're gonna practice that combo, and the next time you land it in a match, it's gonna give you that confidence so that you won't drop it again the next time. Exactly, that is what these tournaments are all about, James, is about getting people to practice and the ability to build up those steely nerves. Oh, and here we go. And speaking of, I still think landing the majority of that combo and getting that win has kind of pumped InstantRiot up, because he is playing like crazy. Update the score, James. Oh, you're right. Update the score. Update the score. Interceptor's up 1-0. Thanks for that reminder, Jimmy. Oh, good stuff. That EX wall stab. And yes, you're going to be able to beat that. Here we go. Off the wall again. And yeah, the timing on there a little bit tricky. Good throw, Tick. He's still alive. He wants to tie this up 1-1. Yeah, one of the things though that Interceptor has to be wary of right now, obviously the wall dive is not working out the way that he wants to. And what a punish on that slide by InstantRiot. The awareness to get the crouching light punch into the up kick right there. Beautiful stuff by InstantRiot. And we are tied 1-1 right now. Great job. I see you in the chat out there, Chili Daddy. You let James know who's carrying the commentary. That's right, it's your boy, Jimmy C. Look, a broken clock is right twice a day, okay? So, hey! Come on, man! I think I'm doing a good job here. No, okay, fine. All right, look, I was the asshole that time. You're right. You're doing good. You're doing good, Jimmy. I take that back. Thank you. All right, here we go. And again, you see how InstantRiot has kind of made an adjustment here. He's realized right now that the footsies aren't necessarily the problem of this matchup, because he has poison and he has the range to be able to zone out without crouching heavy punch like this. And as a result, what has happened is that Interceptor has just been taking to the wall dive as much as possible. So InstantRiot is just waiting. He's crouching medium punches. He doesn't need the combos. Just keep draining the life little by little and you can take it. And so right now, the onus is on Interceptor to figure out something to do to change this and try to turn this match around. Exactly. Even though those crouching medium punches aren't doing... Oh, he did the wrong whip! But he gets the back throw and he's gonna take it. And look at this. InstantRiot is at match point right now. Yeah, exactly, and I'm pretty sure, as you were about to say, sometimes it feels like we share the same brain, Jimmy C, but what you were about to say is even though those crouching medium punches don't do that much damage each hit, they add up eventually. As long as you're shutting the opponent down, it's not about killing them fast, it's about killing them with as little risk as possible on your side. So there you go. And you can see this right now, that crouching heavy punch is causing so much problems for InstantRiot now. He has not been able to figure out a way around this. He finally gets a jump in, but again, he backs up. Exactly. He was in. He needed to take advantage of that. Against poison, once you get in on her, remember, she doesn't have any uppercuts. She doesn't have a lot of defensive tools. Go in. Try to be as aggressive as possible. Yeah, but be careful with those slide risks like that. Not quite a proper punish from both sides over there. And again, Interceptor just going to the off the wall. And it hasn't necessarily been paying off for him. But here we go. Pays off for him. Doesn't cancel into the critical art. Yeah, it looks like he might be trying to save the meter for the next round or just missed inputting it. Not sure. Now InstantRiot back to the zoning with the crouching heavy punch. But again, there's no reason for him to change up on this. Right. One of the things that a lot of players forget to do is that, or don't realize, is that you don't have to change your tactic if it's working, but it's not working now because Interceptor clearly has the life lead, so InstantRiot's got to do something, but at this point, yeah, nothing's going to work right there. Interceptor taking it to the last round. You have to watch your life meter at all times while you're playing matches. Your life and your opponent's life is going to dictate what you are going to do. Because InstantRiot was down in life, maybe then he did need to change what he was doing and try to do be a little more aggressive. Right, but since in this situation right now, InstantRiot has the lead, he can go back to that crouching heavy punch heavy game and the anti-air off the wall, but the life lead isn't big enough right now. But if he can just get another couple of little hits right here, and now he's going to the stance whip here. And see, what I like from Interceptor is he's not going off the wall anymore. He's playing a pure ground game, and that's what you do. You bait them into the crouching heavy punch. You find the opportunities to jump in like this. And now he gets him with the rose, and here's the critical art. Is this going to kill? It is! And the Interceptor is going to take it at the end with the combo into critical art, but beautiful play by InstantRiot there. I really like what we saw that he was doing. It's just at the end, Interceptor made the counter adjustment and was able to take that there. InstantRiot did not realize what was happening there, did not realize that Interceptor had stopped jumping, and as a result, the strategy that he was working on wasn't working anymore, so he had to realize that the off the walls were going. I'm sorry, not stop jumping. He had stopped going off the wall, and so because he stopped going off the wall, what InstantRiot needs to now make the adjustment is to start checking the siege, start baiting the jumps from the Interceptor, because that's what the Interceptor got in with. So the idea of the footsies game is that if you're pestering from the front, you're annoying the opponent to jump. If you start to see them so that they are playing this ground game a little more carefully, you know the jump is coming. And so what you want to do is kind of try to annoy them into jumping at you, but you have to understand the give and take, the push and pull of how aggressive you want to be on the ground, because if you're too aggressive, then they can get the jump over your normal and beat you. If you're not aggressive enough, then they can come in from the front and pressure there. So that's the whole idea from neutral. It's a very, very tough. It's a tricky balance to take over there. All right, and I like this too because both players here are looking like they're reacting like, oh boy, we're gonna be playing on stream, and I love that. I love that because that is absolutely what we want here on the Sure You Can Scrimmage. That is the exact goal that we want here, is to pull people into playing online. And you see here from InstantRiot on the stream here saying how nervous he was as well. And again, that's what it's all about. That's what we're trying to do. Oh, whoa, Kyojin got in here himself. Let's get Gypsy. Oh, Kyojin put Gypsy into losers. Exactly. So here you go. Kyojin put Gypsy into losers. They're playing against each other again, and this is exactly what I was hoping for. The run back in losers bracket. So now the match that you play is extended. And that's cool practice right there. There we go. All right. Here we go. We've got the match ready to go. It is going to be GypsyDanger versus Kyojin here on the stream, going up against each other. Jimmy C, I don't know, where does Jimmy C come from? You know, there was a lot of people, people out there are racist. They think all of us Asians look the same. People kept calling me James Chen, even though I wasn't James Chen. And then someone came up with my gangster nickname, Jimmy C, instead, so I decided to call myself Jimmy C. So it's kind of like a joke twist on your name. Oh, great. Wonderful. So, in other words, I'm associated with you for the rest of my life at this point. That's the way it works. Gotta deal with it. Wonderful. All right, we got GypsyDanger here going up against Kyojin. It's going to be Urien versus Honda, and once again, the match is going to start and kind of go at first while we catch up. But yes, this is a beginner's tournament for people to practice and for, you know, myself and Jimmy and David when he's on in the future to give advice to people and everything. So here we go. It is going to be Honda versus Urien. Oh wow, that wasn't even that long that time, but I like that idea. I'm gonna download Yakety Sax so that I can play that at the beginning every single time. I think that would be hilarious. Actually, I think actually that would be really funny. It'd be amazing. Good stuff, Jimmy. Good stuff. Here we go, the Aegis mix-up throw, but too close to get anything except for the crouching medium punch. Sets it up, he's got another mirror! He's gonna combo, and there you go. GypsyDanger with game number 1.
Round 2. Fight.
That's actually what the name of the song is called, King Vasuki. It's called Yakety Sax. That's actually what the song is called. Oh, headbutt versus headbutt, man! We're having a meeting of the minds today, right, James? Oh, leave the punning to me, Jimmy. Leave the punning to me, okay? Tries the dash in, getting checked, but here we go, punish in the hands. Oh wow, just got away from that EX butt slam. Oh, what? Hit him out of the headbutt with that? What kind of hitboxes were those? That was crazy. And clips him out of the air with the hand, but accidentally puts himself into the corner, and here we go. He did the wrong mirror. Would have comboed if he did the long one, but he still got the hit. Oh God, you're in the corner now. Oh, and he didn't block the overhead stop. And actually was just a counter hit, so he must have touched the button and got hit. Oh, ow. There you go. So now we're 1-1 here between GypsyDanger and Kyojin. Nice stuff with the fireball. Prevent V-Skill 2 from getting activated. And you see GypsyDanger just dashing in there and going aggressive. Oh, yep. EX needs to get out of there. EX needs plus on block. But, challenged anyway by Kyojin. Yeah, and that's one of those situations. Maybe GypsyDanger isn't even aware of the fact that if you get the EX knees blocked, especially against another 4-frame character, that you can be aggressive. Don't let them take their turn back after you have your EX knees blocked. Oh, and Kyojin just goes for the throw after that reset. Kyojin taking game number 1. It is still 2 out of 3 here. We are not quite into the top 4 from just yet. All right. Yeah, and for sure, Skybreaker, there is definitely the possibility that there are some Smurfs in here. And, you know, the only thing I can do to prevent Smurfs is just basically bleed and say there's really, you know, there's no reason outside of griefing a tournament. Nice combo, by the way, by Kyojin. Yeah, actually, that was a nice combo by Kyojin. But again, you know, if you are a diamond and you feel like jumping in here just to be a jerk or whatever like that, we have the right to DQ anybody that we feel like is a little bit stronger than what appears to be their rank. And just don't do it. Just let people have fun. Let people have fun. Oh, not gonna punish there. Missed it. Remember, when you block EX headbutt, you have like 10 years to punish it. GypsyDanger is in danger now, and Kyojin is at match point at this point in time. Oof. Tries to get in there with that headbutt, but getting beat by the EX headbutt. Again, meeting of the minds. You know, when you use a pun once, try not to use it too many times in a row, because the second time it just loses effectiveness. The point of a pun is to be painful, but if they've heard it before, it's not painful anymore. Well, you know what is painful? That headbutt from Kyojin and that towards heavy kick, and Kyojin is gonna take it 2-0 over GypsyDanger. Good games to GypsyDanger. Unfortunately, goes out tied in 5th place, but well done, well played. Great job to all of our competitors. All right, here we go. Thanks everyone once again, but the idea is to give people the practice of playing in a tournament, you know, and you know, not, because a lot of times people enter tournaments. I mean, the nicest, I'll put this in, you know, in a way, I'm not trying to be mean to anybody, but like, you go into a tournament, Punk is there, you're like, well, I'm not gonna win this tournament, but you know, by putting people in these tournaments in a environment where they absolutely can win, that they absolutely can win and take first place in this tournament and feel that kind of pride. And, you know, if we get a player who tends to dominate the Sure You Can scrimmage, then he becomes the player that everyone guns to beat. And, you know, we're creating this environment where players can have those nerves, can really, you know, try to push themselves. And I think that it's a lot of fun that way, because a lot of times when you play in those other tournaments like that, you're like, well, I can't win, so you know what, I'm not going to take it seriously. But we would like you to take it seriously and learn from it and everything like that. We've already had one loser's bracket run back, which I think is super cool, and so on and so forth. But here we go. It is going to be Narnold going up against DroSFV, and I once again welcome back to the microphone Jimmy C. How things going, Jimmy? I like the zombie costume from Narnold. We've got Zombie Guile going up against Ryu. Yeah, we saw Dro play earlier on stream with Ryu, doing a really solid job there. Okay, there we go. And here we go. Going to the projectile war now. You gotta be careful. So this is one of those informations. Narnold now, and actually both players now know that they're both willing to try to jump over projectiles. So now what you've got to do is start thinking about the projectile fake and getting your anti-airs ready to go. But how are they gonna fake the projectile? Is Dro gonna whiff the stand light punches? Is Narnold gonna whiff the stand medium punches, or the whiff throw from crouching to keep the sonic boom charge? And there you see the stand strong whiff actually from Narnold, so there you go. Oh, and now the throw whiff as well. I think Narnold is actually testing it. He's listening to the stream right now, and he's testing out what I'm talking about. I like it though. I'm fine with that. Oh, the activation into the uppercut, and there we go. DroSFV, beautiful stuff, using the V-trigger activation as an easy way to react to the jump and getting the anti-air. Now landing on the fireball up there. Oh, he's gonna start parrying. Let's build up that V-gauge. Let's go. Yeah, and as Narnold, you know, that might be one of the things that he's not aware of, that parrying those sonic booms does build up Dro's V-gauge. So throwing sonic booms and letting him parry that, not necessarily the best. I mean, look at that. He's barely lost any life and he's got the V-trigger already. Right, but that means he's got to activate it now to take advantage of having it. If he doesn't activate it now, then building up that V-trigger meter is not useful. He's probably used to activating it when he feels like he has no life left, because you just naturally assume you have a V-trigger ready to go. Exactly, so he needs to spend that bar now, and unfortunately he hasn't. He's still sitting on it, and Ryu becomes so powerful and potent once he activates that V-trigger. Oh, yeah, and, well, you know what? Narnold's not going to make that mistake. He activates his V-trigger, sends out the sonic booms, and gets a hit. And Dro is still sitting on that V-trigger. He hasn't activated it yet. And a lot of times we get a little too obsessed with the activation off of like sweep into activate and stuff like that. And you know, raw activation, especially for a character like Ryu, his fireball becomes so threatening in that situation. Oh my god, he just did it. I like it though. It was kind of a scrambly situation that came from nowhere, and Dro is gonna take it. Yeah, with that little twig in his mouth too. I mean, he's like Popeye, you know? It's just like that thing never falls out of his mouth. It's kind of funny. James, how many people do you actually think know what Popeye is these days? Popeye is still relevant in pop culture. Anyways, look, let's keep going. Narnold and Dro going to the fireball game. And again, you know, you said it last game that both players are willing to jump over the projectiles. And we haven't seen a lot of that baited right now. Right, you saw earlier Narnold jumped over Dro and he had to throw the fireball, but there was no anti-air either. It's just one of those things that you have to be cognizant of. Keep in mind. And see, right there again, that jump right there, no uppercut from Dro. He wasn't thinking about the jump. He wasn't ready for the jump. He was walking backward. And he goes for the air-to-air jump heavy punch. Right, I mean, it's good that we see him do something unlike you, but you know, he can get the more guaranteed anti-air.
Good.
What?
Round 2. Fight.
It's true. You even complain about your own anti-air. Fine. Anyway. Okay, air to air right there, and he's gonna get the combo into the donkey kick, into the uppercut. Beautiful stuff. Beautiful combo there for Dro. Yeah, but he gets flash kicked out of the air. I like that. Now air to air for Narnold as well. Yeah, but Dro is at match point at this moment. Ooh. Try to walk up and go for that throw, not in range. There we go! I like it. The anti-air was in place there with the DP. Good awareness that time by Dro. Exactly, and again, the air-to-air right there from Narnold this time. Both of these players really liking to go for the air-to-air option. Ooh, too close! Got over for the flash kick and kicked him to the other side, and now Narnold a little bit back to the wall here. Nice jump, but he didn't kick. He wasn't ready to kick that fireball in the face. I think he was scared a little bit to hit a button and get his leg uppercutted. He was hoping to empty jump and maybe cause a DP to whip. And then the fireball came out and it was too late for him to react with the kick in time. And now look at this. Oh, where are you going? Stay in the corner. You can't walk under me. Oh, but he wasn't expecting that to hit. He wasn't expecting that to hit. And unfortunately, he couldn't get the combo off of that, which allowed DroSFV to get out and do damage and go for the sweep into V trigger, which worked out. But don't forget, this is a first to 5 this time. We are in winners final, so it is a first to 5 matchup. Yeah, I see a lot of people in the chat talking about this as well. People not using V-Trigger. It is one of those things that you have to be very aware of. V-Trigger is such a powerful tool in this game. And in fact, you see it. One of the ways that you're a top-tier character in this game is if you have a robbery V-Trigger, as they call it. And so we see the situation here with Dro right now. He's sitting on the V-Trigger and he is not activated. When you have a 2-bar V-Trigger, when you activate it early, especially when you have half your life, he has less than half his life now. But if you had activated it earlier, he has the potential to build 2 V-Triggers in one game and activate it twice. And that gives him a lot more power. Again, Ryu, especially in this matchup here against Guile, who has a powerful projectile. If you activate your V-Trigger, Ryu's projectile becomes so fast and so pressure intensive that Guile cannot keep up with it with the Sonic Boom. And that means you have a much better chance of baiting the Guiles into jumping at you and beating them up. And speaking of beating them up, Dro now finally activates. There we go. And you see the difference there. Yeah, and you see how he has the ability to delay it, but unfortunately, he held on to it a little bit and he did get Narnold to jump. And Narnold was able to punish that. So unfortunately, it didn't work out for him. Right, but the thing is, as a player, when you activate that V-Trigger, you have to be aware of the fact that the opponent is going to want to try to jump over those fireballs like that. Once you activate, you know, test your opponent out, feel them out, see what kind of reaction they have to that. And if they actually do decide to jump, then anti-air them. Exactly. So throw maybe 1 or 2 fireballs, test the opponent out a little bit. If it seems like they're trying to be patient and don't want to get baited into jumping, then you keep throwing the fireballs on the V-Trigger. Speaking of, Dro probably should activate that V-Trigger again. Yeah. And instead, we get Narnold activating. And I do feel like we're being a little unfair right now. Narnold is the one that is behind in matches. And we're talking a lot about what Dro should be doing here. Yeah, but Narnold seems like he's doing a great job taking this game. We've seen it in some of the earlier matches. He's very good at playing that kind of spacing game in front of someone. Good at walking in someone's danger zone. Right, exactly like this. Right, this space right here is what you're talking about. And what's good about that is the space that Guile can dominate at. Now what Narnold needs to do is really build that game up. Learn to use the step kick, for example, to be able to stay charged and throw sonic booms at the same time, to use the knee at the proper range, the Sobat kick, the towards medium kick, etc., to be able to keep the pressure going in neutral and to try to dominate that space as well, because Narnold is winning when he gets into this range over here. He's relying a little bit too much on the throws, but to be fair, Dro hasn't tried to tech or anything too often. Okay, see right there, beautiful use of that Sobat kick. I love that, and great timing on the jump as well to get that combo, and there we go, another combo, baiting the throw, and he gets his own throw. Look at this, Narnold going in, the 2 crouching light punches, oh my god, and the cheeky crouch walk. Let's go, Narnold. You see, this is what I mean. You play on stream, you get to pop off like that with the crouch walk. I mean, he might have just been holding it so he could do the high kick. It wasn't necessarily a pop off. Oh, you're the one now lecturing me about who's popping off and not popping off, huh, Ginny? Is this how we're doing this at this point? And I do like that Tatsu decision right there off of the wall bounce donkey kick. They gave Ryu the ability to combo the light Tatsu off of the donkey kick, off of the EX donkey kick, specifically so that Ryu can still have pressure. After the Shoryuken, it does more damage, but you cannot apply Oki to the opponent. However, if you choose to use the light Tatsu after the EX donkey kick wall bounce, you can dash up to the opponent and keep the pressure going just like that. Beautiful job by Dro right there to demonstrate exactly what I was talking about. It's almost like they're listening to the chat, listening to the stream. I know, right? But again, I really like what Narnold's doing in this range. You see that he's not constantly trying to throw sonic booms. He's gauging whether he should throw sonic booms or play this ground pressure. You see how it's working out for him really, really well. Exactly, and now it's about going to training mode and using that knee and seeing the distances at which it's plus or minus on block on hit, so he knows whether he can continue the pressure or not. Exactly, but here comes Dro. Remember, Dro is at match point right now, and there it is. Dro is going to take it and win this one 3-1 over Narnold. Great matches, though. I'll say Narnold played excellently, and I really love the level of play that we saw here. And you know, this is a beginner's tournament, but again, you can already see why it's so hard to jump out of bronze and silver and gold, because everybody in bronze, silver, and gold have this level of talent already. It's just the small things that they need to make and adjust to be able to try to get into the super gold and the ultra gold rankings. Exactly. The difference right there is so small, and I hope you guys have enjoying this and find this very useful and valuable to people. And you know, if you guys do appreciate this content, do consider subscribing, do consider, you know, gift subbing and all that stuff like that to the UltraChen channel, so that we can keep this up going for everybody out there. Their match is about to start. Kyojin versus the Interceptor. And I have him on the wrong side. Okay, there we go. That should fix that. All right. And I actually am really happy that we're seeing these kind of oddball characters in the tournament for this beginner's tournament, because you know, a lot of times when you play, you don't get a chance to fight against some of these characters like this. Yeah, we already had somebody in the chat and on Discord say that this was the first time that they fought against the Honda. So it's, again, like you said, it's really cool that, you know, they get practice against these kind of characters like this. Here we go, goes for the butt slam. Ooh, juggles! I didn't even know it did that. Yeah, it juggles like that if it hits just right. So that's why sometimes you can actually see some people use that roll as an anti-air with Vega as well. It has a surprisingly good hitbox above his head, so sometimes it can actually anti-air if you catch people off guard. right there, you saw again, gotta practice punishing those Vega rolls. Again, the distance is very weird that he ends up. Yeah, he's gonna spend that bar into the Azuna drop and then dash up into the EX command grab, tying the life now. Oh, just missed, and he gets the roll and he gets the punish. And now he backs away, goes for the wall dive again. We saw from the Interceptor that is one of his favorite things, but oh no, the cross-up butt slam! Always have to be wary of that. And oh, that's a tough situation. And you know, this is one of those situations where you might, even as a Vega player, at some point decide to switch to a V-Trigger 2 to fight against Honda, because if you have that activated, it doesn't matter which side he ends up, you can parry it. Otherwise, you know, you can just you just have to be aware of which side he's going to end up on if you don't have any of those, if you don't have V-Trigger 2 ready to go. EX butt slam, what do you call it? You call it the brain dead move, right? I mean, it's +5 on block. There aren't that many +5 moves in the game, okay? If you block that EX butt drop and he hits you from the front, he's +5! Oh, I didn't think he just did a raw critical art, but it's not gonna quite kill. But I like the idea of it. Oh, was he trying to chase a backdash? He blocked it! Great stuff! And again, if you block Honda's EX butt slam from the other side, yes, Honda is actually negative, and so in that situation, that was a good challenge from Interceptor. It is -2, if I'm not mistaken. It's not punishable, but it is your turn, so make sure that you take advantage of that. Let's see, actually it's -1 or it's minus, so just make sure you take advantage of that. But with Vega, make sure you take advantage of it with your 3-frame button. Although Honda is a 4-frame character, so your 4-frame button would work as well. There you go, just throw it out. Here we go, the activation to the wall. Yep, and again, gotta tech, otherwise you're just gonna get stomped like that. Oh, he avoided the hands, and he caught him with immediate EX wall dive. Is he gonna dash up command grab? Yes, that's what he did last time, and he did it again, and it works out for him. The Interceptor is gonna take game number 1. Beautiful stuff. Beautiful, beautiful stuff. Nice comeback there. But again, as you mentioned, that seems to be the Interceptor's MO. You even called it before he did it, after he went for that, after the EX wall dive grabbed the Azuna drop, he went for dash up command grab. Exactly. It's something that we saw him do last time, and he did it again. And you know, as a player, these are the things that you have to start keeping track of. These are the mental notes that you have to put into your head. And it's one of the things that makes fighting games hard. A lot of players, they play fighting games purely in the moment that they're playing it. But the highest level players of fighting games remember so much stuff. It requires so much memory, so much storytelling in your head. What did he do last time? Is he gonna change it this time? What did he do the other time? Is he gonna... Oh, there we go, the tech rise, and he throws him out of the stomp. I like it. But the armor is gonna throw him out of that, but I'm glad that he's teching. So that's the important part, is that Interceptor is teching, so he's not getting stomped on the ground. That's at least the good part right there. Coming in with the headbutt. Silence your phone, James. That's not very professional. I'm sorry. I forgot, okay? Look, I was looking up framed. Anyways, look, Kyojin is doing really, really well here. And gets the stun. Kyojin gonna take this one as long as he doesn't drop that combo. And he has tied it up 1-1. This is loser side. This is 2 out of 3 again. 2 out of 3. And so this is it right here. This is the last game for both of these players to see who's going to make it into losers finals. Here we go. It is coming down to the last game. That's right. Oh, dash up throw right away. A message being sent by Interceptor here. And I love this hands pressure from Kyojin. And what a reaction to get that air throw. That's the other thing too, when you see that headbutt, If it misses, you have 10 years to punish it, so make sure you punish it. Oh, didn't do the EX. Can't juggle without the EX. Back to the wall dive and an early stab. I like that from Interceptor. I'm not sure if that was his intention, but the early stab caught the air-to-air attempt. That's right. Look at him just rolling in his face. Yo, and then the dash up throw again. Yeah, it seems like to me that the Interceptor might be getting a little bit of a read here that Kyojin is kind of a defensive player, and that's important. So that might be something to keep in mind if they run into each other again in the future, that the dash up throw is working. If you're somebody watching this thinking of entering a beginner Shoryuken tournament in the future, and you run into Kyojin, it's one of those things that you might want to remember. That's the thing too, is that by having these players come back, even the viewers are going to become familiar with them, and we'll be able to get our own like top heroes and players in these tournaments, and you'll start to learn their habits and strategies, and now you have to deal with the fact that people can, quote, download you. Nice! You know, a lot of people don't understand that reference, but that reference of being downloaded, that's where it came from. Was I went onto YouTube and watched all of your matches, and so now I know how to fight you. You've been downloaded. Exactly, because we changed from an era where people couldn't tell how you play. The poker community has talked about this in a very similar way. The advent of the whole cam has really started to expose a lot of the top players and how they bluff, when they bluff, and all these other things. Before, when nobody ever knew, before whole cams on TV, you just never knew. And that kept secrets a lot for the players over there. And so now, unfortunately, they can be downloaded just like players over here. But there you go. The Interceptor is going to take it 2-1. Good job to the Interceptor. Exactly. But he's going to go home in 4th place. Great job to the Interceptor. Shoutouts, by the way, to all the technology that people have created for running events like this. In particular, FarpenNoodle, if you've seen him, he's one of the unsung heroes of the FGC. The work that he has done for creating this app called Stream Control, an application that you can run on Windows called Stream Control, a completely customizable UI generator that lets you save data to JSON files and to XML files and comma delimited files or whatever you want it to be, so that you can change the overlays on the fly very, very quickly. Really, really cool stuff, brilliant stuff, and it's really awesome. Let's get to the match over here. It's going to be the Interceptor versus Narnold. It looks like Guile is back from the dead, no longer a zombie. Yep, and the Interceptor sticking with Vega as expected. So we're probably going to see here right now, from Interceptor, a lot of wall dives. Exactly, and if you were Narnold and you were watching a lot of these matches before, this is something that you should be expecting from Interceptor. You should already be coming into this match with knowledge that Interceptor likes to wall dive. So you should have plans to stop that already. Exactly. Again, this is why you practice coming and playing these beginner tournaments, because these are more things that you might not be aware of when you play in a tournament. You watch the previous matches of your stream, of your pools, so you can see what other people are doing, and so you have pre-information coming into a match. And that's another one of those skills that you're gonna need to develop. And right there, beautiful stuff, the jumping light punch ready for the anti-air. Yeah, and he's got that flash kick all charged up and found the time to jump in. That was beautiful right there. What Narnold did is he was crouching, and the Interceptor was thinking to himself, how am I going to get in on this crouching Guile? And then Narnold jumped out of nowhere and caught Interceptor by surprise. That was a great read of the situation. Unfortunately for Narnold, it doesn't pay off for him, and Interceptor actually ends up taking the round. Alright, back to a little bit of the sonic boom pressure. He sees that Interceptor is not actually going off the wall anymore. So Narnold now trying to throw some more sonic booms. Exactly. At first he was waiting for the sonic booms. Oh, got crossed up. There's no way that looked like Super Turbo style cross up right there. I know, right? It was ambiguous as hell. Oh, gotta punish that. No, didn't get the chance though, unfortunately. And now going in with that knee. This is the Narnold special, but again, you kind of mentioned this, practicing the knee ranges and understanding where to get the aggression in there. I think that was you who was talking about that. Really? You know what? I don't remember anymore. It's hard. I can't tell which one of us is saying something sometimes. All right, gets the back throw. Narnold with a little bit of life. Okay, gets him with a slide and now sneaks in with the dash EX command throw. What's he got? He's gonna do it again! And the Interceptor taking game number 1. Beautiful stuff there at the end there. It looked like Narnold either just didn't believe that he was gonna go for the command throw again. That's one of those situations right there. That's the guess kind of situation. You have to, and that happens, right? It's actually a guess, and people have to understand that in fighting games, even at the highest levels, lots of things are going to be guesses, but you have to base it off of the storyline of what your opponent was. Had I been fighting the Interceptor, I would have expected another command throw because he's finished a lot of rounds with the EX command throw. It's kind of one of those things that I feel like might be his round-ending go-to. And as a round-ending go-to, you have to, you have to make an educated guess somehow. And you're gonna base it off of whatever information you can. Even if you're wrong, at least you have some sort of read or idea of what you wanna do. Right? Even if you're wrong that he doesn't go for the command throw, but your logic was that he likes to end rounds with that because it's worked. At least that's a logic that you put in there. And that's what you want to practice in fighting games as you play. You want to make sure you understand that you need that kind of logic in order to succeed at a fighting game which is full of nothing but guess situations. You want to turn it into an educated guess. Oh! He had the activation, but he got to the other side! That was beautiful by Interceptor! While you were babbling forever, this match has been really close. Like I said, this is for education purposes. Yes, I know normal commentary is about talking about hype moments, talking about the play-by-play, but because this is kind of a different audience, a different goal, we're here to help educate players as much as possible. Alright, fine. Okay. I'll let that slide. Hey, I don't have to bring you back. You understand, Jimmy C? You're not the one that lets things slide. Okay, who's being the asshole now, James? Oh. Alright, fine. I'm sorry, Jimmy. I'm sorry. Well, let's get back to the match here. Okay? Gets in there with that EX wall dive. Yep. Gotta be wary of that situation as well. Test that out. See how the frame data works in that situation. What's really interesting is Interceptor has gone for command throw, so obviously he does change stances from time to time. Yeah, but he's really focused on this. Oh, he's gonna get hit by that. Activation. Oh, caught him. Didn't quite get off the wall, and again, you see right there, the Interceptor every time is trying to go to the other side of him to make the flash kick whip. That's kind of how his thought process is going. Oh, he could have caught him with an EX flash kick right there, get some extra damage, wasn't ready for it, lost the charge because I think he was walking around. Yep, gets through there and goes for the slide. And I like that. I don't know if that was a read from before, but not from Narnold, but we've seen him do that in the slide a bunch of times, right? And it was actually key that Interceptor didn't slide that time. That is safe on block, but not plus. And Narnold gets thrown anyway, and it's coming down to the wire again. But the EX Sonic Boom from Narnold is going to take it, and we're going 1-1.
Guile wins.
Great job to Narnold here in the losers finals match. This is a 1st to 3 match here. So best 3 out of 5. This is losers finals to see who gets to go into the winner's bracket to fight DroSFV and his Ryu.
Fight.
Let's go. Game number 3. This is the rubber band match, so to speak, as you always like to point out. Very important game. Who's going to go up 2-1 over the opponent and give themselves a little more breathing space? Just blocks that wall dive. Now, see, that's information for Interceptor. No challenge. Oh, what a read. But the throw punish. I think, according to Callisto, that's like the Midwest punish or something. Punishing uppercuts with throws. Like I said, one of the things that you do in Street Fighter V is have your DP punish combo in your brain right from the get-go. So as soon as you see a DP get blocked, you already know what combo you want to go for. Here we go! Oh, what? They all missed each other and the jab hit him! Here we go! An opportunity for Narnold, just going crazy with those crouching medium punches! Oh, the cross-up on that wall dive, and what Interceptor's getting here, the information that he should be getting is that Narnold is a little slow on trying to counter the wall dive. Not only that, but he's trying to block it. This actually might open up Narnold to the potential of getting thrown by the wall dive as well. But look at this, Narnold coming in for the pressure. Oh, good punish. See, there you go. There's a man who knows about the blocks and timing on that. Oh, the flash kick wasn't high enough. And so he's going to get stabbed out. And then again, the wall dive. And right there, you see what I mean? He could actually go for the throw. He doesn't even have to necessarily worry about the left-right mix-up. There you go. Beautiful stuff, just like I said. And he's falling on top of his head. The flash kick isn't working to stop the dive. Oh, commentators curse. But the wake-up! He just woke up with a crouch jab in the roll. He just did it. He just did it. And he's going to take game number 2 and go up 2-1. Whew. Good job to the Interceptor here. Woo! All right. Here we go. Now it is match game for the Interceptor to get into grand finals. And here's another interesting experience that you're going to get.
Round 1.
You're going to get into that match. And now you also have to wonder, can you win 2 sets of 3 out of 5? That pressure, which is something that these players have never experienced before if they've never entered a tournament. That's something that they have to learn now. Try to win that 3 out of 5, 2 sets in a row coming from loser's bracket. And we've seen it happen so many times in tournaments. There's no reason to believe it's an insurmountable lead. Look at this, Narnold going in there. Oh, and he gets the stun. And there you go, preparation for the high kick into the flash kick. That's right.
Round 2. Fight.
Now here we go. Can Narnold take this and tie it up? Ooh, just comes off the wall with the EX, but unfortunately trades with the fireball, so can't get any pressure off of that. You see Narnold going into a lot of sonic booms now, trying to push him into jumping right. But again, you know, Narnold is starting to recognize and feel it a little bit more about that distance, that space that he can't flash kick. And there you see again, walking back and blocking. I mean, what would you suggest that he does instead? I mean, he could dash forward to try to throw the distancing off. He could go for an air throw as well, which would actually be a pretty effective way to stop the wall dive. Oh, punish that! Oh, he had it before, but he wasn't charged for the flash kick. Oh, there he went. He went for the air throw. He's listening. He's like the Dreamcast. He's listening. Or was that the Xbox? I can't remember. No, I think that was It's Thinking. I don't think it's listening. Listening would be the Kinect on the Xbox, right? It's listening. Oh yeah, you're right, you're right. You were from back that time, so you wouldn't know those old-ass memes like that. And Narnold getting the jump in, no anti-air from the Interceptor. And sure enough, we are at 2-2. Vega standing heavy kick, a great anti-air, but Guile jumping heavy kick, also a great jump attack, but Vega's standing heavy kick should win if you're ready for it. But that's one of the hardest things at the beginner levels, is being prepared for jumps and reacting to it properly. Again, the cross-up on that! And then Interceptor not doing anything, not sure what he's doing, maybe just trying to assess. But again, that distance that Interceptor is jumping at Narnold at makes it really hard and ambiguous for Narnold to flash kick. It puts that doubt into Narnold's brain of whether he can flash kick there or not. And we get the EX command throw. He dashes forward every time after that. Yeah, but no quick rise. But you see, here's the problem. What Interceptor's doing now is after he grabs that, he dashes forward, hoping the opponent quick rises. If the opponent quick rises, he knows what he wants to do already. But when the opponent doesn't quick rise, you see that Interceptor stops and backs off. And oh, what a timing on that. He didn't have the EX, but he gets the throw. Oh, he tries to bait out a flash kick. I like the idea. Narnold didn't bite, but I still like that. And then the cross up with the dive kick again. But as I was saying, you know, when the Interceptor dashes up after the EX command throw and the opponent doesn't quick rise, you should already know what to do in that situation too. You should have a program already in your muscle memory that you dash up, and if they quick rise, you go for whatever it was, either a poke or a command throw. And if they just don't get up at all, then you have the next buttons to hit for a frame kill for a perfect meaty on the non-quick rise as well. You see top players do that all the time. One of the most famous is Tokido. He's got setups that are designed to punish quick rise, and if you don't quick rise this, he whiffs another 2 buttons and then has a perfect meaty again. These are all situations, again, repeatable situations in fighting games that every time you land that command throw with Vega, it's going to be the same frame data every time. So you can go for the same mix-ups, the same frame kills every single... Oh my god, he just went for the critical art. He went for the Hail Mary win, and he's going to lose all that meter. Right, and that's a problem, because if he loses, he doesn't have it for the next round. Oh my god. That is not good. Oh boy. Alright. Nice flash kick right there and anti-air. This is the final game. Final round here at the Sure You Can Scrimmage. I love this. Ah! Police safety alert. Citywide curfew from 6 p.m. to 6 a.m. Wow, I have a curfew here in Santa Monica, ladies and gentlemen. Woo boy. Okay, that's in 40 minutes. Okay. Anyways, last game, final round. This is hype. I love this. I love seeing these players here get put in this pressure situation. Who can survive this kind of pressure? Looks like Narnold has a good lead here. Goes for the EX, gets him. He should be able to go for the combo, but he went for the throw. He was still a hit stun, and Narnold gonna jam him in the Interceptor at the last second. Panicking a little bit too much, and he is going to go home in 3rd place at the first Sure You Can Scrimmage. That was great stuff right there. Beautiful match. Wonderful, wonderful match. And here we go. And remember, Narnold has to win 2 sets of 3 out of 5. Nobody can be eliminated from a double elimination tournament until they get sent to loser's bracket first. Because DroSFV has not been sent to loser's bracket, because they are still in winner's bracket, if Narnold wins this set, he just sends Dro to loser's bracket. Then Narnold needs to win another 3 out of 5 set to be able to take the entire tournament. So again, a lot of work here to be done by Narnold, but it is absolutely possible, absolutely something that can be done. Here we go, final match, grand finals, DroSFV versus Narnold. Let's go. Welcome back once again, Jimmy C. You know, I can actually hear helicopters in my place as well now. Stay safe out there, everybody. Exactly, but here we go. Narnold versus DroSFV. Ooh. Not sure what that jump heavy kick was. Might have meant to be like a Tatsu or kick him out of the air. Maybe he thought that that V skill was a what do you call it? A jump. And so he tried to air like that. And so it caught him by surprise. Yeah, you can see that Dro is very good at jumping air to air to challenge jumps. There you go. The DP is what I'm looking for. You know, one of the things that I do like about this is that Narnold has switched to V skill 2. He's trying something different, because remember, he was sent to loser's bracket by Dro, in winners finals. So he is trying something different, trying to be aggressive with that V skill too, and it works here in round number 1.
Round 2.
Exactly, good stuff. And I like this change. Let's see if Dro can actually handle this switch to the V skill. It gives him a little bit more of that frontal pressure, and I feel like it actually plays to what Narnold wants to do a little bit more. He's good at that little space, that little footsie's neutral space in front, but unfortunately, looks like Dro is going in here. Watch out for the over. Oh, he wasn't expecting the EX flash kick. Yeah, oh, he missed that. I'm not sure what happened there, but that was an opportunity for him after he activated with the bunch of jabs there. I'm not sure what he was actually going for. Dro once again sitting on that V trigger. Oh, that's punishable. Punish that. Could have spent a lot more meter. EX donkey kick into uppercut afterwards to do a little bit more damage. Oh no, he misses the flash kick, but Dro with a not enough of a punish right there. That could have put him at 1 or 2 hits away from taking it, but unfortunately doesn't punish the uppercut properly. And again, almost every character, even charged characters, have a combo that you can do if you're not charged. If you're Guile, learn to do standing heavy punch in the crouch medium punch in the flash kick or something like that. Learn to do back fist to crush counter them. Dash up, heavy punch, crouching medium punch into flash kick. Everybody has a good combo on a missed uppercut, even if you don't have your charge in time. So just make sure you practice that and put that in a little compartment in your head so that every time you see someone miss an uppercut, that's the first combo you go to immediately. No DP from Dro. Definitely one of his biggest weaknesses right now is that he is not aware of a lot of jumps. But he got the uppercut right there. I like that. Oh, but got baited, and beautiful flash kick by Narnold. Activates the V trigger. I like it because it puts him in a very, very tough situation because he also had the super as well. If he pressured with those sonic booms and Dro started to block all of those, Narnold, after throwing all those sonic booms, could have kneed his way over there and chipped him out with the super. Dro then felt compelled to jump, but because there's that string of sonic booms, he's gonna land on them. Dro could have postponed death by doing an EX Tatsu in the air, to try to kind of... Actually, the EX Tatsu doesn't float in this game, does it? Now that I think about it. Oh God, I can't even remember now because I never see anybody do that. Oh, whoa! Where did Dro go? Dro is... Oh, okay, Dro is restarting. Dro is restarting his game. Here we go. Thank you guys for tuning in and watching over here. Hope you guys are enjoying this beginner tournament here. We are putting this on here at UltraChenTV so that players who are in gold, silver, and bronze, and even rookie, all have the ability to get the practice of playing in tournaments, of playing in Smash.gg, having the experience of, winners brackets, losers brackets, runbacks and losers brackets, fighting some guys again, changing your strategy, coming from loser side, having to win 2 sets of 3 out of 5, and really just giving them that experience so that when they actually go to their first event, if they ever do manage to go to their first local, or maybe want to eventually graduate into the Reddit SF online league or some of that nature, that they have this experience, that they have the ability, and they have the knowledge of what it's like to play in these kind of games and matches when they're playing the tournaments. I've had some of the people who have played in the tournament already mention that it felt like their heart was like bursting out of their chest as they were playing, because when you play in this kind of environment, the nerves are just ridiculous. Even though you're just playing online, having fun with other people and everything like this, and we're all having a good time, it still causes that kind of anxiety, and the way you get over that is by continually putting yourself into that position and learning how to get around that. And also another thing too is that, hang on a second, let's go to the match screen over here. He's back in here. that's good. That's good. To Starix, who says that he was actually surprisingly very calm in his matches. That's good. That's good. And one of the reasons why as well, one of the main goals of this environment is by pitting you up against a bunch of other, you know, beginner players of varying levels. You know, there's obviously gold versus silver and some bronze in here like that. But you're all in the Discord chat. You're all playing against each other. It's humanizing the opponents that you're playing against. And what that does is it actually also helps and decrease the salt a little bit more. When you lose the random people on rank, it's very frustrating. When you're losing the people here and then in the Discord someone says good games and you say good games, hope to play you again soon, it creates a different environment. It creates an environment in which people feel more comfortable, more welcome to play, and that is also a goal of this event, absolutely. So here we go, back to the match here. Narnold went up 1-0. Let's update the scores here like this. So here we go. Sero the Hero, depends on our schedule and timing. I will try to run it as often as I can. I will have to amass more staff members to help me with it and everything like that, but as I do, as it grows, the hope will be to run it as often as possible. Now, obviously, once the quarantine is over and we start traveling to events again, we won't be able to run it on the weekends that we're traveling unless more people get involved, etc., etc. But for the most part, I'll try to run it as much as I can. Obviously, UltraDavid's not here. He was supposed to be here. Real life catching up to all of us all the time, so he was unable to join me for this. And so I am joined by the inimitable Jimmy C here on the mic. Exactly, and so let's talk about this match. Narnold going up one round right away, really fast. Yeah, and Dro missing that Tatsu in that situation. But look at this, almost has a stun. And even though he has a decent life lead in the corner position, the life lead isn't huge. And not only that, but Narnold is sitting on that V trigger that he's going to be able to activate at some point in time. Probably going to try to use it again to react to a jump and maybe punish that. No, he just activates it right there. Ooh, here we go. Actually throws the sonic booms in the other direction. That's punishable. But he just goes for the sweep. He wanted to do sweep into V trigger. Okay, this is a very common problem. What happened to Dro right there was that he wanted to sweep into V-trigger. So in his mind, he's like, sweep into V-trigger. Gotta find the ability to sweep into V-trigger. So as soon as he got presented himself the opportunity to punish the sweep into V-trigger was the thing right at the front of his mind. So as soon as that sweep was blocked, the first thing he did was sweep into V-trigger. You have to have the ability to quickly adjust your brain and go, oh, I'm blocking this, especially because it's a double sweep and you have a little bit more time to gather yourself to do crouching medium kick into EX donkey kick instead, into an off-the-wall juggle, etc., etc. That's a common mistake that happens to a lot of people, even at the highest levels. You have something at the front of your brain, and that's the first thing that comes out when presented with those kind of situations. Yeah, but I really like Dro's play right here, making a little bit more of adjustment, being a lot more aware of the jumps from Narnold, and playing a little more patiently here. Right, so what Narnold's got to do at this point, oh, he jumps in there, oh, and just eats that neutral jump. And a lot of meaty attacks here, but what the good thing about this is that Dro is definitely pretty practiced on his meaty timings, and that's very, very important. So as Narnold, what you have to start doing is in those kind of situations, like after you get hit by a light Tatsu or something, learn to adjust quick rise versus back roll, throw off your timing, and test Dro to see if you can handle both of the wake up time. Nice jump! Gets right over there and barely catches him with his toenails! And oh wow, he just goes for a raw Tatsu, not sure what that was, doesn't stop the jump! Here comes Narnold! Yeah, Narnold slowly but surely making the comeback! And again, no DP from Dro, but the neutral jump! The neutral jump! And that's one of the things, you know, at the bronze, silver, gold levels, you've got to watch out for neutral jump. This is something I say as an experienced player going through these ranks. Neutral jump is a very powerful tool at the beginner levels, at the beginner to intermediate levels, and it is something that you have to be aware of. One of the great skills of Street Fighter V is going to be to develop how you stop someone from neutral jumping, to have the frame of mind, the presence of mind to punish someone for neutral jumping. Very hard to do, takes a lot of practice, because that's part of like the anti-air process. And as you mentioned so eloquently earlier in the stream, Jimmy, I'm not the best at anti-airing myself. And the thing about it is you're so hard on yourself about this anti-air problem, but to be honest with you, it's a problem that everybody has. Nobody's gonna anti-air everything unless you're Fudo, and that's okay. Everybody gets jumped in on, and that's not a problem. It's true, it's definitely true. Oh yes, good call in the thing. Again, I haven't run a lot of these brackets, so I'm just adding the winners and losers side to their names. Ooh, look at me being a stream tournament runner. Ha ha ha! It's all new to me, baby. There we go. Alright, once again, if you're wondering what those mean, is that Narnold's coming from the losers bracket and Dro is coming from the winners bracket. And look at this, Narnold is at match point. He is at reset point, I should say. No, actually, wait, no, Dro is Dro up 2 to 1? I see Dro has one win on his side over there. Is this 1-1? Shoot, I've completely forgotten the score at this point. Does anybody remember the score at this point? Shoot, Narnold is up 2-1. Okay, got it. Thank you. Narnold is up 2-1. Man. You should be paying a little more attention, James. I know. I always forget this. I'm so bad at remembering this. But Narnold then definitely is at reset point. And, you know, when you get that reset, the reason why resets usually do lead into, you know, tournament wins a lot of times, is when you get the reset, you get that momentum, you get the confidence that you can win. And the other player gets a little bit more nervous because all that padding, all that comfortable room behind him when he was up one set is gone. Beautiful punish right there. And there you go. And so DroSFV trying to bring it back, trying to tie it up 2-2. Not close enough for that sweep. No flash kick. Yeah, I think it was charged in time. But we do get the uppercut from Dro, and I do like that. Yeah, it's a little, it's a shallow uppercut. It's not a deep uppercut, but that's okay. As long as he's uppercutting, that's more important than anything. Once he gets that reaction, then he'll be able to have the ability to get the deep uppercuts for the higher damage. But getting an uppercut at all is important, and he just throws out the EX uppercut like that. He's about to tie it up. Oh, what a jump over with that V-skill too. That was beautiful stuff right there. And here comes Narnold trying to get in here. Is Narnold going to be taking this? Are we adding this to the Chronicles of Narnold? No! DroSFV ties it up 2-2. Chronicles of Narnold. I got you. Okay, I'll let that one slide. All right, here we go. It is now 2-2 between Narnold and DroSFV. If Narnold wins this, he is going to reset the brackets. If Dro can take this, he is the Sure You Can Scrimmage inaugural champion. And we will see if he tries to come and defend himself in the next tournament. Well, he starts off by getting in there with the throw. Oh, the neutral jump again, blowing up the upside down kick. And again, I do like that meaty timing, but Dro right there missing the the hit confirm, unfortunately. That's going to be a problem for him right there. He's going to have to learn to try to hit confirm a little bit more. What a jump timing by Narnold! Gets in there, goes for the meaty throw, and what a tech throw by Dro as well. Yeah, tech throwing can be pretty scary but it can also be reactive. But again, you see this beautiful job right here from Dro with the meaties, and Narnold has been hitting buttons on his wake up a lot. This is something that Narnold, and he was close enough for the combo, but he went for 2 light punches instead of 1. Would you get a combo? Oh, he activates and jumps over, but that's gonna be punished. Yes, good reaction from Narnold, and here we are. We're at reset points. All right, he's got 2 reset points here for himself. Here's the first one. Can he do this? Oh, just gets caught by that sweep. Dro backing off there, jumping over the Sonic Boom. Again, Dro now using that neutral jump again. Now getting tossed. Narnold pushing him to the corner. Punishes the sweep. Oh, he looks like he tried to bait out an uppercut. Yeah, but again, Dro really relying on that neutral jump and those backward jumps in the corner. Oh, that's a punish sweep. Oh, he didn't activate the V-trigger that time. Tries to jump out, and he wasn't charged anymore. That was right when Narnold actually lost the charge and started to walk. Again! Oh my god, Narnold has had the best reads on those jumps, and we have a reset point! There we go. We have reset the brackets, ladies and gentlemen. We have reset the points. We are back to a new 3 out of 5 situation where they are now 0-0 against each other. The way that the lobbies work, if they jump out of this match, yeah, jump out real quick, and we'll jump back in to reset the count.
It's go time.
All right, here we go. I jump to the back of the queue, and these guys can go back at it again. So Monk Soup, we have set it so that it is gold and lower. Gold and lower players are allowed to compete in this tournament. Obviously, a lot of people can come in and do Smurf accounts and such like that, but all I can do is just ask people to not do that. Let these players get their experience, have a good time, and have some fun. Because that's the goal here, is to give them the experience, give them a fun environment to play in a tournament where they have the chance to be this week's champion. And you know that Narnold and Dro right now are both like, oh my god, like super nervous about this. But here they are jumping back into this match over here. And obviously you can see some of these players, despite being gold, you know, they're very strong. Because gold, it's hard to get out of gold. You can be pretty good and be stuck in gold. And so, you know, it will vary by player, but, you know, even if you are a bronze player and you feel like you're really bad, the experience is going to be there. And because you're on the Discord, you might even be able to, you know, try to talk with the people that you played against, ask for advice, those kind of situations. And, you know, you get the experience of playing on stream. It's all for good times here. Right, but we are at a reset right now. Dro versus Narnold, both on the loser side. Great patience there, getting that flash kick in the corner, recognizing that Dro likes to jump back or neutral jump in the corner. Right, oh, I love the neutral jump light punch as the air-to-air. Yeah, both of these players are actually pretty good at the air-to-air. But oh, punish this, yes, just with the throw. That's the Midwest punish right there. And Narnold is on fire now. The confidence that he's getting, right, exactly. And again, this is an experience that sometimes you might not be able to experience unless you play in a tournament like this. By having this kind of experience, by all of a sudden gaining this confidence, this is one of those things, if you're the first winner of the Sure You Can tournament, this can propel you into, you know, gaining the confidence to play. And he is going crazy. Narnold is going nuts right now, right? And he's only stopped by the EX uppercut. But if you're Narnold, you'll take that, right? Because now that's something you can bait out. It didn't do that much damage. It doesn't give Ryu any Oki kind of situation. And so Narnold's still in a great position. But here we go, V-trigger activated. He doesn't have the meter for a critical art though. Oh, and he tried to touch a button after the jump attack and got counter-poked, and Narnold now officially has the lead here in this tournament. going 1-0 above Dro. Yeah, what's happening to Dro right now is Dro is getting nervous. He is definitely getting a little bit nervous. He needs to gather himself, calm himself down a little bit. And he's getting a little overwhelmed by Narnold's pressure. He could take some time, but he's jump backs into this match. And what he's got to do right now, and really honestly, I love the V-skill change from Narnold. Having that Sonic Boom to add an extra attack vector for himself in the neutral has really upped Narnold's game, has really allowed him to be a little bit more scary on pressure. Right, and what Dro is doing is he's kind of buying into Narnold's game right now, but I like that right there, right? So what you mean by buying into his game is that he's going into this range, he's going for these sweeps, he's playing at the range that Narnold wants to play. Even since the first match that we saw Narnold play online, I said that this was his optimal range right here. That was his optimal range. And what he's doing right now is he is playing in that optimal range, and Dro is staying in that range himself. So what Dro needs to do now is to try to back off a little bit, build space, or maybe try to be a little more aggressive, go for perhaps a Tatsu to try to get over the Sonic Booms. But again, he's having trouble reading those timings. We have seen him Tatsu a couple of times. Exactly, and Narnold, and see, there you go, just like you said, using that V-skill too to be able to keep the pressure right. But the thing about it is it's very negative on block at the right angles, and that is, see, that angle right there, maybe not super negative on block, but that is something that Dro is going to have to go into the lab and figure out. And beautiful stuff from Narnold right there again, realizing the neutral jump was coming, he just stayed crouching, he flash kicked it. Just like I said, you have to learn how to punish those neutral jumps. Oh, and now he goes for the EX. And, you know, when you get EX like that, the opponent likes to EX back at you. One of those things that you have to realize. Nice jump to get over, but again, every time he jumps over a Sonic Boom, he hasn't realized that Narnold jumps over the jump of the Sonic Boom, which is what gives Narnold some free pressure in, and the EX Sonic Boom is putting Narnold up 2-0. Narnold is on a roll right now. The confidence that he is feeling. Oh man. Okay. So again, like I was saying, what's happening is when Narnold throws a Sonic Boom at that far range, like I said, Dro is getting himself into that far range from Narnold, so he can try to play a fireball game a little bit. He throws a Sonic Boom, Dro jumps over it, but then Narnold immediately jumps as well. And it's a situation that Dro hasn't read just yet. So even though he lands in time to block the jump attacks from Narnold, he's not actually ready to uppercut. So when he jumps over the Sonic Boom from a screen away, it's one of those things that he's got to be wary of. And see, right now, you see Dro is putting himself in that range against Narnold. He's staying at this range, and he's not hitting buttons, he's not doing much, he's just kind of chilling here. And he's giving Narnold's optimal range. Maybe throw out a towards heavy punch with Ryu to fish with that. An excellent button. Oh, here we go. Here we go. Okay, Dro getting some aggression here. Trying to find a way to stun him. Jumps in, gets the stun. And this is going to be huge for Dro to get this round on the board like this.
Good. Round 2.
I like this. Hopefully this has a chance right now to build some confidence for Dro so that he can actually get in there. And there's that towards heavy punch that I was talking about a little bit. Dro might be listening to the commentary and trying to see what was towards heavy punch again? What does that do? And just wanted to test it out. Whoa, look at that. He just tried to touch him. That might have been a fireball attempt and just came out the wrong way. That happens a lot of times. Right, but here we go. In the corner. I love it. I actually love that he tried to walk forward and dash forward. I like him pushing forward. There we go. Getting that in there. Right, exactly. Just catching him because he is just standing still right there, reading that situation. And that's what Narnold's doing. He's waiting there because he wants to stop the neutral jumps. And so he's just charging up for the flash kick. Here we go. Opportunity. Nice use of EX to make sure that reached, but down to no health left. There's that neutral jump again, and he tries to get in there. Now, what you're seeing is that Narnold is hitting buttons in those situations, and Dro has to make it a little bit tighter with the frame traps now. He's going in for the throw, but he's got to go for the frame traps a little bit. Oh, a little bit of a stagger right there, I mean, a little bit of weight there, but no, players back in here. Narnold is at tournament point. Oh, missed the uppercut, but again, that dash throw. Right, exactly. Adding that into his arsenal. Enough to maybe shake up Narnold a little bit. Catch him with that? Right. And now you see how that's changed it, right? By adding in that dash throw, and now using that and mixing between neutral jumps and crouching medium kicks, you know, you're starting to keep yourself a little bit harder to predict, and you're keeping the opponent a little bit confused. And there we go! DroSFV getting back on the board right there. And a lot of that came from adjusting himself at that neutral range. At that range where Narnold was taking control of the match, Dro decided to dash up and throw. He tried it a couple times, it missed. It didn't discourage him, he tried it again, he was able to get it, and then because of that, he was able to land the crouching medium kick into EX Fireball, etc., etc. It changed up the dynamic of the matchup a little bit, and that's what you're trying to go for. And again, he's really trying hard to air the jumps. So he's waiting for the jumps and he's trying to air it. But a lot of the times, Narnold is just going with the V skill. So the V skill is also added as a jump fake in an interesting way to make it a little bit harder, like there, for Dro to counter that. And so here we go. And again, the dash up throw. And you see how important this is because it's working great for him. Right, but now Narnold has that. Oh, that was. But see, Narnold has been so calm in all those situations, able to flash kick those neutral jumps. That time he wasn't because maybe he was worried about the dash up throw, right? You throw in those different looks, but now Narnold is reading that the jumps are coming, and so he's waiting now. So it's working out pretty well. So Dro needs to find a way to activate that V trigger or to get in. Here we go. Jump time. EX Tatsu. Ooh, the counter poke. Activate. Too far for the sweep to connect. And he tries to go for the throw, but Narnold with the panic. EX flash kick, putting himself at tournament point again. I like the idea that Dro was going for. It was walking up to try to get the throw again. It had been working so well. But here we go. Narnold is at tournament point. He can be the first Sure You Can tournament winner coming from the loser side bracket as well. It's not over yet for Dro, though. Dro has an opportunity here. Goes for the meaty throw. And no quick rises you see from Narnold as well. Hold the stare down. And you see that? Dro actually took a walk and poked with medium punch and with also medium kick that time. He might have tried that medium punch again, but ended up missing it. Look at this. Narnold on the verge right now. Right? And he's got to be aware of the fact that oh no, he stood up. He got hit. That was an opportunity for a big punish. Waiting for the flash kick again. And here we go. Goes for the throw. But what a tech. He's seen that too many times. And now, DroSFV getting his own throw. Trying to bait out an EX flash kick. Punish. Oh, again. But, oh, he missed it. He has the chance to punish, but it was too late. He didn't get in there. He wanted to get in there. But he's going to get the jump in. But the crouching right punch from Narnold is going to win it. And Narnold is your first Sure You Can Scrimmage tournament winner here for the beginners tournament, coming all the way back from winner's side. Narnold is your champion. DroSFV is gonna be second place, but great job to both of them. And just as I told Dro in the chat right now, this is what this is for right here. This is to make you want to come back and do better. This makes you want to come back and take it next time. It gives you that inspiration. You've had that taste now. He was almost the champion, and now he's like, ugh. All right, well, there you go. That is the first Sure You Can Scrimmage. Thank you guys for the 16 players for entering. And I hope it went well. Like I said, it was kind of tricky because I was doing everything on my own. Didn't probably run as smoothly as I hoped, but actually wasn't that bad. And honestly, wasn't as bad as I thought it was. It wasn't as much of a disaster as I thought it was going to be. I thought it went well. Thanks to all the players for following the rules and doing a lot of really, really cool stuff and having a great time. Keep an eye on my Twitter, on UltraChenTV Twitter. I'm not 100% sure we'll do this again next weekend, but I will try to run this as many weekends as I possibly can. and because I have a lot of commitments potentially this next weekend, so I might not have time to do it. But now that I've done it and it kind of went okay, maybe I can try capping it at 32 and see how it goes. But again, if you played in it and you had a good time, you had a great experience, and you felt like that it was very beneficial for you to do this, let me know on Twitter. I can retweet those things to let other people know to want to come in and play as well. And thanks again, and keep an eye on twitch.tv/UltraChenTV. Also keep an eye on twitch.tv/jchensor. As someone, I think it was Starix who mentioned, you can also join my Discord as well. So you're part of the UltraChenTV Discord. I also have a jchensor Discord as well, the Chensor Discord. If you want to set up matches with other people, this is a very friendly environment. Again, my mods in the Chensor Dynasty have carte blanche to ban anybody who's being a troublemaker, who says anything that makes anyone else feel uncomfortable. It's not about trying to take away freedom of speech or anything like that, but there are plenty of fighting game Discords out there that you can go to that do not have these restrictions. If you're mad that mine has these restrictions, go to one of those instead. I want to create an environment that people can go and feel comfortable with, and have a friendly environment where they can set up games and not have people be jerks, okay? So that is the point of my Discord. So you can go there, check it out, and then join it and arrange matches with other guys, talk about fighting games with a lot of other guys, a lot of great people in there. I love them to death and everything like that. So, all right. Thanks, guys, for tuning in. Thanks, guys, for watching. I will close out with a fist bump for my cat. Fist bump, kitty. There you go. Good job. Thank you, Jasmine. And thanks, you guys, for tuning in for the Sure You Can Scrimmage. What do you get when you do DP plus thumbs up? Sure you can! You can do it. You can do it, guys. Peace out, and thanks for watching.